my brother, the former 2-division lineal champion, Teofimo Lopez, is going to be tough to do this video. It's tough. But like you know and everybody knows, I keep it unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. Yeah, for the most part, I give you the benefit of the doubt because I support you in and out the ring. But I got to keep it all the way real. Like, you know, I got to keep it all the way real. Listening to your recent interviews, I only got one question. When are you going to take accountability for your losses, your shortcomings, your ordinary performances? When you're going to take accountability instead of blaming everybody else? So the recent one is that Shakur Stevenson was stepping on your toes. And yeah, he was stepping on your toes. You could say that it was dirty and things of that nature, but yet you are smart enough, you are good enough, you are great enough that you had 12 rounds to make an adjustment. Also, you blamed it that your father, Teofimo Lopez Sr., my guy, my brother, the 2020 Trainer of the Year, saying that he was not in his game that night. But let's be real, let's be honest. You know, you was not in your game that night. I didn't think that you was in your game mentally. You could tell even in that when you was going back and forth on your Instagram post with somebody, and you said basically, and I'm paraphrasing, that you happy to make it look like that. People started questioning whether you took a dive or threw the fight. You just validated by blaming it on your father. You just validated, and everybody that said that you should fire your father. You vindicated everybody that said that they should fire your father. All the discredit, all the criticism that your father was getting, you just vindicated them. It's one thing about blaming a lot of people, but now it's going to the point where y'all throwing each other under the bus. Y'all doing it publicly. You're doing it publicly. And look, I'm a friend of the family. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, maybe keeping it real like that, you know what I'm saying? It puts people, you know, hey, maybe punching you straight away, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man. I got to keep it honest because it's just sad to see this publicly. It was sad to see Teofimo Lopez Sr. leave the ring during the post-fight interview, and I felt bad. I felt bad for you left out. I felt bad that, you know what I'm saying, after the fight in the rooftop, as you said, even in the recent interview, and there's a lot of people that said that you was by yourself. I felt bad. I felt bad that when you walked through that rooftop, and it was just, when you enter that rooftop, I'm like, damn, man, Champ is going to walk into an empty rooftop. And I was there, and another gentleman that I forgot his name with his 2 daughters, we had pizza, and you came in. Shout out to Andrew, shout out to your beautiful sis, and you. And I'm like, damn, man, when he beat Josh Taylor, man, this place was packed up. This place was packed up. And more people, yeah, did come after. I'm just explaining when you first walked in. My Mama Lopez is there. Afterwards, your father came. Shout out to Keith Connolly. He came. Shout out to the other family members. And you know what I'm saying? They came. But it wasn't nothing like it was when you beat Josh Taylor in that same rooftop. I understand there's a lot of frustrations throughout the years that you've been boxing. But also, you got to also take accountability that half of it or a lot of it or some of it, whatever, but you got to take accountability that, you know what I'm saying, that's self-inflicted. Sometimes when you promote a fight, that's self-inflicted. I mean, there's going to be fans like that that's going to rock with you, that's going to think that it's funny and stuff, but there's going to be a whole lot of people that you know that you rub people wrong way with the way that you promote. And you got to take accountability for that. You got to take accountability for you not adjusting in the ring. You got to take accountability for who represents you, who you sign with. Ain't nobody hold the gun in your head to sign with certain managers in the past, promotional company in the past, and things of that nature. You got to take accountability so you can better yourself as a man, as a fighter, as a father, as the head of the household, as everything, my brother. I got to be honest. And the reason why I got to speak this in a public forum, because this is all displaying in a public forum. It can't be no even halfway take accountability. Like, yo, I lost to Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, he was a good fighter. But then during the interview, you were saying that Shakur Stevenson feel like a kid. I mean, you just gonna look worse by saying that Shakur Stevenson look like a kid. So this kid was stepping on your toes. You couldn't push him off. You couldn't rough him up. You couldn't just, you know what I'm saying, get aggressive on him. I'll be honest. Even if your father was not in this game and he was not given the X's and O's instructions like many wanted him to give while looking at the playback, right? I think your dad could have said anything in that corner and you was not going to adjust, because I believe that you lost that fight mentally more than technically. A lot of people are going to be like, oh yeah, man, Shakur is that. Yeah, Shakur is that. But you just getting beaten up by a jab? Nah, you not trying to figure out and adjust to a southpaw when your best victories was against southpaws, Josh Taylor, Lomachenko. You never lost to a southpaw in your career. As a matter of fact, I know since the amateurs that you're more comfortable fighting southpaws than orthodox. So you couldn't find a way to adjust to somebody that you know, somebody that you have sparred, somebody that you have studied. You guys been knowing each other since y'all was yay high. It should have been highly competitive. It should have never been basically Shakur winning every round. Because I believe it was more mental. I think you got to take accountability, my brother. You too good of a person. You too good of a person. You too smart of a person. You know what I'm saying? You a genuine good guy, man. You a genuine good dude. I don't like it as a person that supports you. You know what I'm saying? And a friend. I consider myself your friend. I consider myself a friend of the family. Y'all been good. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? We all cool. We all cool. One thing I do like about the dynamic of, you know what I'm saying, me supporting you, friendship and stuff like that, friendship with your dad and everything like that, is that we don't hold back. We say how it is. And you said it yourself, you know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it real. That's what you respect about me. Because I know a person in your position, it could have a lot of yes men, a lot of yes people. People, let me say it like this, Tio, and a lot of people in your position. There's gonna be a lot of people around you that they're not gonna keep it real with you because they're afraid to lose their spot. There's gonna be people around you, and I'm just speaking in general. People in that position. There's gonna be people around you that's actually those people around you is actually gonna push out the good people because they don't want to lose their position. There's gonna be people around you that probably is closer to you that will push out the good people that could be good for you because, oh man, if they getting closer to Tio, or they're getting closer to whoever, Devin or Shakur or whatever, anybody in your position, there's gonna be like a shield. And sometimes the shield that's around you, sometimes the shield is not what's good for you as well. Because everybody want a spot. Everybody want a spot when the person is in that spot. And nobody's gonna win it. Just like a Tio wouldn't want to lose his spot, wouldn't want to lose his belts to be in a position and where he at in the sport. The people around you, or the people like you, don't want to lose their spot. I would enable the truth. I want to enable what can make you a better person, what can make you go into a training camp a better fighter. Everybody around you supposed to, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody around you as well, the good people, the genuine people that truly cares, not only as you as Tio, but you as a fighter. Some people just not gonna understand what needs to be done around you. Everybody needs to take weight off your shoulder. I do feel like you go into a fight, you go into a training camp with a lot of weight on you. You add weight on you as well. I always say this. I say this privately and publicly. And I'm timing in on this publicly because what you have said publicly, and since I got a boxing channel, of course, I gotta say, and I got what I feel about certain things. I feel like, yeah, there's certain things in the sport of boxing that made you the way that you are in terms of the politics of the sport of boxing. The way that they robbed you from your undisputed. You know what I'm saying? When the WBC tampered with the WBC title and the franchise and all of that. And the ESPN, yes, they was promoting you undisputed, and then they stopped promoting you undisputed and said that you was unified champion. I know. You blood, sweat, and tears. I can understand you felt disrespected. I understand that you could feel like, yo, the system is against you. But you don't make it easier at the same time. Don't make it easier at the same time. Publicly, it seems like after that George Camboso, you haven't been 100% the same. And maybe I'm wrong. Because even when you had an incredible win versus Josh Taylor, you announced retirement. And you didn't want to sit in your high horse and let the whole world be humble because everybody wrote you off. But you changed the narrative, and then people needed to focus on contractual, retirement, and all that. When people should have focused on being humble and moving on to the next. You're fighting the world, and you want to fight the world alone. You don't make it easier. Shakur Stevenson was the better man that night. I always said that when the smoke clears, it would have been Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson was the better man that night. And the end of the day is a fight. Just like you said about David Benavidez, his elbow was unintentional, is a fight. Dude is stepping on your toes. You got 2 feet. You got 2 hands. Make an adjustment. You were smart enough. You're great enough. You have beaten the elite southpaws, pound for pound caliber. There's always going to be some exchange between you and your dad, but now it's publicly. Now y'all throwing shades at each other. But the dynamic of it is y'all just keeping it real. Y'all just who y'all are. Just like it was beautiful to see both of y'all together and stuff like that. It's beautiful to see the dynamic duo. But how can y'all be the dynamic duo when y'all are not on the same page? Do you respect your father all the way in that corner, when he's in that corner in preparation? Do you respect the both of y'all guys gotta respect each other and the position that y'all in? I feel maybe people are walking on eggshells. You know, that's just my take. I feel like, man, take accountability, man. A loss is a loss, man. You lost to one of the great fighters of this era, of your generation. You got to find that happiness, because it doesn't matter if you win or lose, whatever. If you don't find that happiness, man, you're never going to feel complete. Never going to feel complete. You're a father. Congratulations, you're going to be a father of 2. And you're going to have to teach them how to take accountability. They're going to watch this when your career is over. They're going to watch your interviews, and they're going to watch everything. They're going to watch how you are with your dad as well. For the most part, good. For the most part, yes, you're there for your dad, and your dad is there for you. And sometimes y'all both got to be there for each other. And even if in-house is wrong, y'all got to let in public that everything is all right. Y'all too good of a people. I love y'all both. I love the whole family. But like always, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real because I feel like greatness is upon us. You're a future Hall of Famer, and you could be not just a third, second, fourth ballot. You could be a first ballot Hall of Famer. You have the skills to be top 25 greatest fighter. You're going into your second win right now. Let's get it together. Takeover 2.0. And if it's not the takeover, then it's a reinventing. Because that night, January 31st, you was not wanting to take over. You didn't want to take over, my brother. Be honest with yourself so then you could be honest going back into the drawing board. And if things are working, if you bring in another coach and things are working, stick to the coaches. If things was working with Joey Gamache, bring a Joey Gamache in. If things was working with Jorge Rubio, which was looking beautiful on the defensive end versus Pedro Compa, you could see that there was an evolution. You didn't stay stuck with the shoulder with the shoulder roll, right? You add to your game. Appreciate those that when you have chemistry. Put all the feelings to the side, because in the end of the day, you're risking your life in that ring. And what you want is everybody to be ready. Everybody around you to be ready. Everybody. You feel me? I'm always saying, my brother, you already know. Team Teo all the way. But I'm the type of dude in Team Teo that's going to keep it all the way real. Because in the end of the day, you're going to go and understand who's the real. You're going to understand who's really real and who just want to go along with the ride.